Welcome to Secrets from the Saddle podcast. I'm Sylvie, your host, fellow cyclist, bike club founder, cycling coach, bike race junkie, just truly super passionate about cycling. My journey with cycling started 20 years ago when I opened a spin studio, started a women's race team, and founded a women's only cycling club called Cycle Fit Chicks. I'm super thrilled to reveal all aspects that make the world of cycling operate. I'm so excited to be able to bring you interesting people from around the world, pro cyclists, recreational cyclists, coaches, event organizers, bike shop owners, everything and everyone you need to know or ever wondered about when it comes to cycling. I know you'll enjoy this episode. All right, everyone, welcome back to this episode of Secrets from the Saddle, All Things Cycling Podcast with your host, Sylvie, and we've got a exciting Coach's Corner because I'm going to talk more about my winter cycling skills training program. And why am I doing that? Well, because it's December. And I know a lot of you, I'm just assuming that quite a few of you have finished your cycling outside season, it's starting to get cold. You're migrating inside and you're wondering, how can I keep my fitness level up? Or how can I train for that special event that I want to participate in next year? Because maybe you've seen, maybe like myself, you've seen a lot of events happening, or you participated in some for the first time. And you're like, man, I want to go back and I want to be super strong next year. Or I want to go back and I want to participate at a higher distance. So maybe you start at 50 kilometers and you want to do 100. But then you're wondering, how am I going to get this done? How do I train properly? What am I going to do to train? And it's a great question because I've already seen a lot of people super excited and about the season, about last summer, and they're first time training over the winter, and they're I'm gonna join Swift Academy, and I'm gonna do this race, and I'm gonna train this and that. And you know what, friends? You might be able to last that kind of schedule for maybe a week or two, maybe a month with life, and then you're going to get so overwhelmed and tired, and you're going to fall off the wagon and probably not get on your bike for a while, or you're going to get sick. One of those two is going to happen, guaranteed. I see it all the time. So this is where I want to talk about my winter. It's 20 weeks, still about 20 weeks, cycling skills online program. And this is a program that it's a membership-based sort of subscription. So you join, you pay a monthly fee, and you take advantage of organized, scheduled training sessions. And the best part about it is that our schedule might not meet your schedule, but the important part about the program is that there's one skill session. It's recorded. It's not like a periodized program where you have to be in this program and continue and do every session because it's periodized. It's more skills. So throughout the next couple months or these months, I've been touching on skills, and I repeat it every week. So that's why, if you're just jumping in, what do you guys think of my new haircut? I just have to throw that in. I just got it chopped off. I'm releasing the hair. So back to the description. So the nice thing about it is that it's recorded. This part is recorded because it's important. And whether you jump into you just start, you can either go back and listen to some of the recordings, or you can just jump in and continue without stressing yourself about it. You know, I have people who've already started and they're stressing about it because they're behind. You're not behind. Nobody will fall behind unless you absolutely stop training, and then that has nothing to do with the program. You are dropping behind in your own personal goals. So our program, you can start anytime. We go until April, and a lot of us are going to be going to our first gravel event in April, which is going to be Barrie-Roubaix. It's going to be a road trip together. And it's going to be super exciting. A lot of us in the program are working towards riding 100K online on our bikes for preparation for longer events in the summer, which is super exciting. So if this is kind of, you know, you in a nutshell and what you're looking for something that is organized, it's got scheduled rides, it's got purpose, it's got cycling skills, it's got a community wrapped around it, then this program could potentially be for you. So I'm going to share with you what we're doing right now. I already talked a little bit about it. And also I have a real cool surprise or special for you at the end. So make sure that you listen up. And also, I have an amazing testimonial that I'm going to share with you from one of the girls who is already, who's been with me since we started early October. So this is what happens. Now, like I said, a lot of people get bogged down with not being able to join us, the group. If you can, that's great. If you can't, the workouts are there for you to do on your leisure. Like, we have people in different time zones. So I understand that not everybody can reach, meet up with together. So things are recorded and you can do it, but at say the next day. So the first one is Tuesday night intervals. So this is an interval session that we pick off of Swift Training. And this interval session, it's specific. I don't go in, and so some of them can be long endurance, some can be high intensity. And then what we do from Tuesday night's training, and it's all given out in a program. So whether you can meet at the time of the group, fabulous. If you can't, get it done before Thursday, because Thursday we'll be discussing Tuesdays and be doing some skills related to Tuesday's interval training. Then Saturday morning is a group ride. Now, it's early in the morning, so 8:30, and people can join. If you're not going to ride, you can still join the group and chat. I do coach because we're all there, where it's a group ride. And if we've got, say hills coming up, then I do some coaching on how to climb your hills. And, and also little reminders on, cadence and pedal stroke. And so that is our lead up to Christmas. It's equal to about 4 hours a week, and you don't have to do any more than that to start feeling strong. You just have to be consistent. Now, in the new year, I'm gonna propose that everybody increase it to 6 hours. So that's adding an extra 2 hours somewhere. It's all endurance-based building. And so, but the important thing that when you start now is that you get into a routine of working out. Okay, so a lot of people overwhelm themselves, like I said, trying to do too much too early, just burning themselves out, because, you have to also think, adding some strength training, adding some yoga to that. How are you going to fit it all in and not to stress about it? So in January, we're going to increase to 6 hours. Now, I'm going to show you what our November schedule looks like right here. So I hand these out, and it's basically, it has what our Tuesday, which interval session is going to happen, and what to expect. We also do FTP testing. So those Tuesday intervals are relating to FTP. So your FTP. Now, this might seem all like, you don't want to look for coaching or pay for it. But I can tell you, for the people who have told me that 2 months ago, I reach out and I ask them, so how's your training going? It's like, I haven't even gone on my bike yet. And, so here's the thing about being accountable to a group. It works. It works really well. Even if you can't make all the sessions, at least there's one of 3 that you can get into or join once a week. You have the option of, catching up with some recordings. We have an amazing add-on with fitness and yoga component. So if you haven't figured that out yet, that's taken care of. So here's a link for you to go check it out. It's www.cyclingskillspro.com. So that's cycling skills, plural, pro.com. Go check out all the details there. And I have an amazing Black Friday special until December 4th. Use the word gravel to get 20% off your first month's membership. Now, every month after that is $49 Canadian. So if you're in the States, this is an amazing deal for you to get 3 days a week. So that's 12 coach sessions a month for $49. That's ridiculously cheap. It's a ridiculously amazing deal. And take it while you can, because you're not going to get coached for that price anywhere. My personal one-on-ones are $120 for 1 hour. You get 12 hours of coaching from me, and also organize all your schedule put together. I have an FTP calculator that I share with everybody once we do their FTP, and also the accountability. And if you're local, I've set up some trips to go to the Bromont Velodrome to get to try out the track. And also, like I said, joining up together and going to our first gravel race in April together. So it's really cool to find yourself something like this. This is for men and women. It's not just for women. Have a couple guys in there already, and they're do amazing. Don't discriminate, obviously. I love helping everybody. So I want you to just listen to this testimonial from Amanda. She gave it to me on Thursday of this week. Thursday of this week. And I was just like, oh my God, thanks, Amanda. Because she has taken some of my other courses. She started from the beginning. She's also racing on Swift in the B category, in the women's, for a women's team. And she has already, felt the difference and improvement in her performance for hill climbing, specifically keeping up with the group. She gave me a really great testimonial. So I want you to listen to it right here. Testimonial time. And this is a conversation between Amanda and I that just happened, like I mentioned, on Thursday. What are you doing, Amanda?
Nothing. I'm ready to go get a shower. But yeah, no, good workout. I honestly think though I'm improving. Like here's an example. Today I biked over. I honestly think I'm improving.
Oh, I thought you said you're perfect.
Oh, I'm perfect. I'm a big deal. No,
I'm like,
no.
yeah.
You're like, sure, Amanda, you tell yourself that. Like, because I like today is a for example, I easily like I biked 30K within the 60 minutes, whereas when we first started, I couldn't.
Yeah.
And it's much easier for me to get to 100. Like I average probably about 90, and then when I fatigue, I'll go down. I've noticed that from this training. And then I can now go up to 100 pretty comfortably. I don't know how long I could really sustain that, truthfully, like in longevity. But 110 can be hard, especially when you're like up the gear. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I can barely get to 110, you know? So it's a good challenge.
Oh, for sure. And I always say I share this story. Like when I was being coached, one of my coaches like, okay, go to blacks and go down and pedal to 140.
Oh, wow.
Bring your cadence up to 140.
Yeah.
So the first couple times I couldn't do it. I thought my kneecaps were going to blow off my legs. I was just like, holy fuck, that's really hard. It's really hard because you're working to go down the hill.
Yeah.
And that was like you're working to go down the hill.
And that's honestly when I was biking in the race, like my climbing was much stronger than like the girl. Like I could tell that, like no problem. It was downhill. I'm like, fuck, this is embarrassing, Amanda. Like you can't like go down a hill. Like, you know what I mean?
But it's weird, like in Swift, because I know that you don't ever want to stop pedaling.
Yeah.
Ever. Because it's like down a hill, up a hill, like drafting and like it's all split second that you're just friggin' like shot off the back. Like that's one thing I've noticed over time. I'm like, I can't even stop pedaling if I feel like I can't just cruise into a group because it's not like the road, you know? So yeah, but you'll get faster and like downhill. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. You know, anyway,
but you'll get it.
I will. Honestly, this is the best thing I've done. I've learned so much. I'm super grateful. I cannot explain like the different things. Like before when you're like, oh, what do you, I'm like, I have no idea how fucking fast I pedal. Like, are you kidding me? That's a great question. So now I just go on and I start noticing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, and I'm sure when I first started, I was way below like 80. You know, in hindsight,
most
like
people are like they're just sort of like.
Yeah. I feel like I'm probably at a bit higher of a number just from the cycling I have done, but I don't think I've ever done 110 before this, and I've never done what you like. Okay, now go up to 85 or 90, or like I've never focused on that when I'm biking, and it's a game changer. I feel when you're like no, and then like slowly up your gears. I think I did everything backwards in hindsight. Like when I think about it, I'm like, I think I did the complete opposite of that. Okay, cool. Like,
but that's why you train like this in the winter. You would never do this any other time.
It's true, right? Like when it's sunny, you're probably like, no, let's go enjoy, right? So I'm super grateful. I say thank you. I love it, and I'll definitely be there.
Can I use this audio, by the way?
Yeah, for sure, anytime. I'm dead serious. Like I'm trying to get my friend Jen to come do it with us because I'm like, dude, this is what you need.
Now, isn't that amazing? Yeah. So that could be you. That could be you in February. And like I said, in the new year, we're increasing our training by a little bit. You don't have to do more than that. You can stick at 4 hours, but we're going to be upping some of our Saturday group rides to 100K. And I'm going to teach you how you can do that without losing your mind on Swift. So with that, I hope you guys are thinking seriously about checking this out. Go to cyclingskillspro.com and input the code GRAVEL to get 20% off. It's good until next Sunday, so December 4th. So make sure that you get in on that amazing deal, and you can literally start next week. And you should. If you sign up today, you will be seeing me next week. So with that, and if you have any questions, please DM me personally on Instagram or Messenger on Facebook. have yourself an amazing day, an amazing weekend, and
thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Secrets from the Saddle podcast.
Take care, guys.
Learning
Bye.
more about exciting people, places, and things that make cycling such an exciting sport. I am so glad you stopped by today. Please leave me a review if you feel so moved to do so. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would enjoy it, I would be forever grateful. Also, if you could please leave me a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving me an honest thought and an honest comment, telling me what you think, and most importantly, tell me what you'd like to hear more of. It would really help me to bring more great, inspiring cycling stories to you. Until then, have an amazing day. Make sure you ride your bike. And don't forget to visit my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the full version of this podcast live.